Welcome to the Explainer. I want you to just picture this for a second. You wake up and your own personalized AI assistant has perfectly scheduled every single detail of your day. You step outside into a car that seamlessly drives itself, you visit a doctor who spots and treats diseases before you even feel a single symptom, and global computers are solving problems in literally seconds that would take our absolute fastest supercomputers today thousands of years to crack.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, is this science fiction or reality? It totally sounds like a movie script, right? But the crazy thing is, this is reality. It's being vigorously built today. Over the next decade, the technologies we're diving into are going to completely rewire how we live, how we work, and how we learn.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the next intelligence leap, then look at upgrading the human experience, move on to transforming our physical world, head out to Earth and beyond, and finally wrap up with preparing for tomorrow.
All right, let's jump right into part one, the next intelligence leap. By now, we've all used models like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot. But you have to remember, those are just examples of narrow AI. They're built for really specific, limited tasks. The monumental leap we're rapidly approaching is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. We're not just talking about a fancy text generator anymore. This is an intelligence that understands, learns, reasons, and solves problems across literally any domain, just like a human brain does.
In fact, experts believe AGI could be the single most significant technological breakthrough in human history. We're talking about an AI that can independently write complex software, diagnose rare diseases, design entire buildings, and even conduct original scientific research, all without needing separate, specialized models. It has the potential to exponentially speed up discovery and spawn entirely new industries practically overnight. But to actually power that kind of massive intelligence, we absolutely need a hardware revolution. Traditional computers process information sequentially, using bits, zeros and ones. Quantum computers, though, they use qubits, which can represent multiple states simultaneously for unbelievably complex calculations. To put that into perspective, a quantum computer could solve a problem in seconds that would take today's best supercomputers thousands of years. It's no wonder tech giants are pouring billions into this to crack impossible challenges in things like drug discovery and climate modeling. That brings us to Section 2. Upgrading the human experience. To really grasp this one, we first need to talk about nanotechnology. This is the science of building materials and machines at the microscopic, molecular scale. We're talking about engineering so incredibly tiny that it's completely invisible to the naked eye. Yet it can create materials 100 times stronger than steel. And, as we're about to see, it's going to completely revolutionize medicine from the inside out.
The real magic happens when you see these technologies converge. Take brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. These tiny devices could allow a paralyzed patient to walk again, or even restore vision, just by thought. Now combine that with biotechnology and gene editing to actually rewrite DNA and eliminate inherited diseases before a person is even born. Throw in some nanotech, tiny nanobots traveling through your bloodstream delivering drugs directly to cancer cells, and we are quite literally talking about upgrading human biology to live longer, healthier lives.
Moving on to Section 3, transforming our physical world.
So the internet completely changed how we access information, sure, but we still mostly do it by staring down at flat physical screens. Extended reality, on the other hand, changes how we actually experience that information. Instead of looking at a screen, digital objects will seamlessly blend into the physical space all around you. Imagine students exploring ancient Rome by physically walking through a digital projection of it, or surgeons practicing highly complex procedures virtually before ever touching a patient. The line between what's physical and what's digital is just completely blurring.
And while we're exploring those new digital worlds, our physical world is going to be maintained by autonomous systems. Humanoid robots are transitioning right now from research labs to factories, hospitals, and even our homes. They're going to step in to solve massive labor shortages across so many industries. At the exact same time, autonomous vehicles, think driverless taxis, delivery drones, and yes, even flying taxis, are going to create a smart transportation network. This means way fewer accidents, drastically reduced traffic, and much lower costs to move things and people around.
Let's zoom out a bit for Section 4, Earth and beyond.
Back here on Earth, combating climate change is going to require some massive clean energy innovations. We're aggressively moving toward a future powered by advanced solar panels, vastly better wind turbines, and green hydrogen. And of course, the ultimate holy grail, fusion energy. When you distribute all of this through smart energy grids, it isn't just about healing the environment, though that's absolutely crucial. It's about providing incredibly cheap, abundant, and sustainable energy for the entire globe.
And with that abundant energy, we can finally look up. Because private companies have dramatically slashed the cost of rocket launches, a brand new era of space technology is no longer just a sci-fi dream. We're looking at permanent moon bases, human missions to Mars, actual space tourism, asteroid mining, and massive satellite mega-constellations. Space is rapidly accelerating into what will likely be one of our largest economic sectors in the future.
And finally, Section 5, Preparing for Tomorrow. As all these incredible technologies scale up, the demand for skilled professionals is going to absolutely skyrocket. The future belongs to AI and cloud engineers, cybersecurity specialists who can protect our new networks, data scientists, robotics engineers, quantum computing researchers, AR and VR developers shaping our realities, biotechnology scientists extending our lives, and space engineers taking us to the stars. Acquiring a baseline understanding of these intersecting fields today is absolutely your key to unlocking tomorrow's best opportunities. Which really brings us to the core takeaway of this whole explainer. The future isn't something that's just going to happen someday. It is actively being built right now in labs and startups all over the world. These 10 innovations aren't just going to give us some neat new gadgets. They're going to fundamentally redefine entire industries, reshape careers, and completely alter the human experience itself.
So the biggest certainty we face isn't whether these technologies will change the world. That is pretty much guaranteed at this point. The real question is, are you ready to adapt and grow right alongside them? Figure out which of these realms sparks your curiosity, dive into the research, and keep on learning. Thanks so much for exploring the future with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.